Hi girls, how are you? Here we are again, I'm Laura, and in this video I want to talk about belly dance costumes. Many of you ask me about this video just to understand better what to wear in which occasion when they have to perform with belly dance. We know that there are thousands of type of costumes of all the shape, of the colors, of the size, but finally I see many mistakes on the stage. So I was wanted to show you something just to understand the difference between one type and another, and especially between Sharqi and folkloric ones. Because as we bring this culture in the theater, in the scene, we also have to respect it and we have to choose the correct costume for each style. So to help me in this job, as you can see, I'm surrounded from all the type of costume. I am in a big shop of costumes in Milano with his owner. His boss is very famous in Italy, in Europe, and also in Egypt, because come exactly from Egypt. And he is Katat Osama. Come with me and help me, because of course I could. Hi Katat, hi Katat. If I talk about costume, I have to talk with Katat. Katat is the number one about this business because he design, he make all the costume produced in Egypt and he bring it in Europe and he sell it all over festivals, dance studio, professional dancers, not professional dancers. Everyone comes here to find costumes, accessorize and many other things. So Katat, we start now. How many years you are in this business?
15 years.
Wow, more than 50
Yeah.
years I think.
Yeah.
And you love it, of course. You are passionate about costumes and belly dance, I think.
Sono appassionato della danza, sono la danza dentro di me, non posso vivere senza. Io stare in mezzo alla gente anche.
Especially between women, because you are between belly dancers, huh? Va bene. It's okay. So let's start with the traditional one. It means I want to start with the traditional Sharqi show, the one that is maybe we are all used to see. We will see it in cabaret, in nightclubs, in theater also. It means the show that after Samia Gamal everybody wants to dance with solo dancers. So maybe you are one hope with your orchestra, but of course even with the recorded music you dance alone in the theater and you perform your art. This is Raqs al-Sharqi or Oriental style, and the costume is two pieces costume. I will show you for you. I just choose one that represents the traditional one. It means two pieces of costume with the bra very tough and structured, and our belt with many pearls and decorations, so when you dance it will move and it will make even sounds. And you have a large skirt that has to cover completely your legs. Sometimes you have a cut. Let's see, there is a cut here. No, here no cut, it doesn't matter. And this is because when you dance you don't want to show the move of your leg, you want just to show the move your hips, so that the legs and the knees is better to be hidden under the skirt. And of course we have also a veil. I will show you, this is even decorated in the border to make your entrance more special, more magic. And this is what we have. Everybody has in his idea of belly dance. This is the original costume since I think the 40s, more or less, the period of Samia Gamal. What do you want to say about this costume?
بدلة الراس ديت الأصلية، الأصل. البدلة دي عمرها ما هتتغير، هي دي البدلة، تعملها بالألماس، تعملها بأي حاجة، لكن هي دي البدلة، دي البدلة الأساس، الرأس الشرقي. البدلة دي لون يعني مش هينتهي عليها وقتها، هي دي الأصل، الرأس الشرقي. البدلة ديت لبستها كل الرقاصين اللي احنا نعرفهم، اللي هم المعروفين في العالم، زي سامية جمال، عزة شريف، سويرزاكي، كل الرقاصين اللي هم اللي احنا نعرفهم اللي هم مشهورين كتير يعني. دي البدله دي هي دي بدله الرقص الشرقي. تتغير تتعامل مودرنا مش مودرنا، هي دي البدله الرقص الشرقي. بعدين تتعامل بالالماس، تتعامل بالنحاس، تعمل باي حاجه، هي دي الاساس البدله الرقص الشرقي.
Correct, بالظبط. Thank you, Katat. Exactly, he just said that this is the real costume for Raqs al-Sharqi, the one who every famous golden era Egyptian dancer, not only Egyptian, started to perform with in the beginning of this era in 1930, 40, 50, and so on. So if you want to stay in the tradition Raqs al-Sharqi, this is the costume. But of course now the time is changing, there is the new fashion, and we will see also something modern and more contemporary. But if you have a doubt with this, you go sure with the tradition. But I have also to say that you will not see this costume much more in Egypt now. It's considered a little bit old style. I believe it's just to start to be, maybe your first costume has to be like this, but after you will evolve with something more new, more modern, more stretch. It depends also on the music. If you choose the traditional music for oriental dance, the classic music, the old style music, you will fit your dance working better with this type of costume, with large skirt who cover your legs and will concentrate all your move and all your all your focus in your belly, of course, and in your upper part of the body. I want also to say why the costumes has to be two pieces like this, because in Raqs al-Sharqi you need to show the move of your hips and of your belly mainly. So it's not important what your feet are doing or other kind of movement that maybe now is starting to become fashion, but you need to show this part. So this is the part that has to be visible, and also your arms, because in Raqs al-Sharqi also you found amazing moves of the arms. So this is what you have to show. What you don't need to show is of course covered, and also the secrets of your legs will not be visible. But now, of course, because the dance is changing so much, we are starting to see also different type of moves and different type way to move your body. So we need, of course, different type of costumes, and we will see it immediately after. Of course, this costume you can have it with more work, less work, more heavy, less heavy, all the colors you want. The skirt sometimes can have one cut, two cut, so the legs more or less visible, more or less transparent, and also maybe you can see some more decoration in your shoulder, but for sure this part and this part has to be visible. Correct?
Correct.
Correct. But still requested, right? This costume, they still ask you. So still there are dancers so you can use. So if you choose this costume, you're always right, you never mistake. But please don't dance, never, never, never folkloric dance with this costume, because really is even unrespectable, I think. Non è corretto danzare folklore con questo tipo di costume. And even Baladi,
No,
it doesn't
Sharqi,
do.
Sharqi.
It's only for Sharqi, so big composition, orchestra, this music rich done is special
Original
for the dance.
Sharqi.
Original Raqs al-Sharqi. So let's continue with something more contemporary. Here we are with a new amazing costume. I love it. It's a real pity that I don't dance anymore, because maybe you know I don't perform since already many years, since 2016. But if I was dancing, was still dancing, for sure this costume has to be mine. So let's talk a little bit about this costume, for which style we can use it. You can say it by English.
No, Italian.
Egyptian.
Oh, Egyptian. Però Italian, metà Italian, metà Egyptian.
Ok,
sì.
Masri Italia.
Masri Italia, ok. Questo costume risponde anche cosa diciamo? Questo è un costume moderno, è bello, sensuale. così la donna esprimere nel meglio la sua eleganza, la sua danza valorizza molto il suo fisico come danza, perché è importante che la donna quando danza essere felice e sensuale.
You said something amazing. So this costume is perfect for Majancé, modern style. Actually, is the new styles. I can say even a little bit Russian style, correct?
Correct.
The cut of the skirts, and I love it because it's very light. It's a kind of silk. It's not a real silk, but it's even better than silk because it's light, so it will not make you sweat. You will feel comfortable when you dance. You don't feel it in your body, so you will feel free and you will express your dance in the best way. And as you can see, the modern style doesn't have any decoration like pearls and paillettes and these kind of things, but only crystals like this one, so it's more elegant, more it's a little bit more professional. So, and you can see it can catch the light perfectly, and when you dance it will give all the light to the audience. So for Majancé, and just for Majancé, this kind of costume is perfect. I would love it if you have also many shows one after another, so you don't have time to change. You need to have because for example when you dance in Egypt, the problem is this, that you have many performances in one night in many clubs, in many places, and you need to have a very light bag and to be fast in changing. So this is the perfect costume, so you dress it up in 1 second and you can enjoy your performance. So totally approved. But now let's go for something a little bit more to the Baladi, because every style has to have its own special costume. You cannot dance, for example, don't know.
Il folklore, e questa qua non è una parola sola, sono due parole. Folklore, la danza del popolo. Ogni popolo c'è la sua danza.
Giusto.
In Egitto e c'è il nord e sud, est, ovest, ogni zona e c'è la sua tradizione di danza folcloristica. Tutta la danza, noi tutto folklore del popolo.
Esatto, è bizzat. Che da sa. Che da sa. Every single population, every single village has its own dance, and every area of Egypt has its own dance and has to be expressed in the correct costume, with the correct music, with the correct style. But costume is almost the most important because it's the first identification of the dance. So no mistakes. Now let's enter a little bit in this folk topic and in the Baladi also, and let's see the different type of folk, which type of costumes they need. So I go to change and come, and here we are again, and this time we are talking about Baladi style. You know, everybody wants to dance Baladi, but Baladi, 50% of the effect of your Baladi dance is the costume. And here we have the traditional, the real traditional Baladi costumes coming from
Egitto.
Fifi Abdu.
Fifi Abdu.
Fifi Abdu. Fifi Abdu.
Stile Fifi Abdu. Questa costume è identificata a Fifi Abdu perché lei gli piace mettere, si chiama gallabia, in Egitto li chiamano gallabia. Questa è la gallabia di Fifi Abdu.
Exactly. Fifi Abdo is an amazing Baladi dancer, Egyptian of course. Launch was the one who wore for first time this kind of costume on a stage, because normally this is the normal dress of the normal woman in Egypt, staying at home with this stuff in the hair, and she put just a belt in the hips, and she start to dance between in her home with her family. So Fifi Abdu was the dancer who really put this idea on stage, and of course became fashion. So this is the most traditional Baladi Galabeya style, so you can do all your Baladi moves very easy with and very comfortable with this kind of costume. Important, because all what you are seeing coming from Egypt. From Egypt, of course. I told that you are Egyptian, right? Correct. And how many dancers did you see during these 50 years? I think you know all.
I know all. From America, Egypt,
Japan.
Samia Gamal, I know, I mean, I remember Samia Gamal.
Samia.
Remember the Samia Gamal?
Really?
Sì.
You
Yes.
knew Samia Gamal?
Sì.
Wow. Wow.
Sì, Soher Zaki, Samia Gamal, Azza Sharif.
Ah.
Questi all the dance
Yeah,
is very
this
nice.
is the
Bigger.
base of the
Yeah,
dance, of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Wow.
Now Randa Kamel,
Yeah.
Dina.
Dina, the most famous. But I'm sure that most of the important dancers and also teachers came to your shop sooner or later to buy something, correct? And sicuramente tu hai visto chissà quante danzatrici sono venute da te a comprarti i costumi.
Guarda, se io dico il nome e il cognome, io non voglio dire per non fare pubblicità, da quella che pensate voi, anche dal Cairo e il DVD, quella che hanno fatto Sobar Dance, Bellydance Superstar, anche, però non voglio fare pubblicità.
Giustamente. He doesn't want to say names, but most of the famous dancers
Il
also
nostro
of
laboratorio
now
il Cairo.
came here or in Cairo, in his
Oltre.
branch in Cairo, also to buy and to have her costumes done. So this was the Baladi costumes time, and now I want to show you something a little bit more modern, because also Baladi has an evolution. Every year there is something new, something fashion, so you have to know also which other chance you have about costumes. So I go to change and I will show you.
Anche questo è il classico Baladi. Baladi classico.
Ah yes, this is for really a classic Baladi, is perfect. Here we are again, and now we have, as you can see, another style, but also of Baladi costume. This time a little bit more sexy, more modern, more contemporary, just also to have a variation. We saw the traditional one, like the Egyptian woman, how they dance at home, and we have the belly dance style, but when they dance Baladi. You want to say something?
Sì, questo è il nuovo Baladi moderno, diciamo.
Modern Baladi,
Modern
yeah,
Baladi, sì,
new.
bello, sensuali sempre. Io insisto su quella cosa lì perché ti fai sentire la tua femminilità. È importante questa, tira fuori il lato femminile bello della danzatrice, ecco. Una volta questa qua ti fai esprimere il meglio di te nei movimenti.
So this is new, modern, new style. I want to say that all this design is by him. He drew every single model of this. Katat, you are really amazing. And this make you feel really sensual, sexy, because it fit perfectly. There is a transparency, as you can see. You can see and you cannot see, and there are all these holes. Of course, there is the idea of the galabeia, the traditional galabeia, but there is something more interesting, of course, for the one who wants to give something more spicy in the dance. And that's it, I like it, by the way. If I start again dancing, no, it will not happen, but I would love to have it, because when I was dancing all these new models, there weren't, this is all new really, and I didn't have the chance to wear these amazing type of costumes. So now let's move from Baladi straight away to the folk, and now you will see that more we go to the folk, more the clothes are elaborated, in the meaning that you are more dressed up, but maybe less sensual, but for sure more traditional with the style, so it's very important to wear the correct clothes. So let's go. And here we are now with the Saidi costumes, as you can see from my asaya, from my stick. This is the costume of the folk of south of Egypt, but I have to say something. First of all, you want to say something about this costume, that I love it really? You want to costume?
Questa è anche una stile Saidi Veni, abbiamo detto d'accordo che c'è il sud, il nord e il sud del Cairo, e questa qua è Saidi, chiama Saidi per il sud del Cairo. Saidi intende Oxford, Aswan e sud del Cairo, parte sud del Cairo. Questa è la danza Saidi, è bellissima con il bastone. Il bastone si chiama Asai Tahtib, Asa Tahtib. Questa è bellissimo, sensuale, non è sensuale, esprimere il folco proprio della sua propria terra.
Esatto, بالظبط
بالظبط
بالظبط كده.
بالظبط كده.
This is the costume of the real south of Egypt, where the women are strong and also the men are very strong. And this costume, actually, I feel a little bit Gawazi, because we know that.
No, Gawazi another.
Yes, but there were the Gawazi who was dancing Saidi in Egypt, because you know the real Saidi woman doesn't dance.
Saidi viene proprio Saidi. Gawazi viene dal parte nomada del Saidi.
The gypsy of the
Gypsy.
Saidi are, because they are called Gawazi, and they was performing the Saidi style. And the costume Saidi should be black, as you can see, because the traditional color of the women of this area, the south of Egypt, the one who live in Luxor, Hema,
السود del Cairo,
Asyut, Mena, all this area, all the south of Egypt, the pharaonic, let's say, they dress black. Especially the women, normally they are really much more covered, but of course for a show, for a performing, you need to offer something more interesting, so the costume has to be shining, but we keep the idea of a galabeya and the black color. Much important is the how you call it, the sleeve, I think the name is sleeve, that has to be open, stretch until here and then open, otherwise you cannot really move your stick in a proper way. And actually this is also tradition. The costume has to be very long with two cuts in the side. This is also transparent, but can be also not transparent or can be more covered. I will show you also some other style. And has to have a very big belt. In this case we can use coins, as it was in the traditional and also the Gawazi style. And what else? Normally the hair should be kind of covered with a veil, but of course you are a dancer, so you must show more than you can. But of course we have some decoration to remind us the Saidi style. And what else we can say? Of course you can dance with the stick or without, and this is about the technique. Of course with the stick is more male style, more strong style. Without stick, more traditional, more female. But you can do also a very female dance also with the stick, with the prop move, with the prop way.
Questa Saidi donna, perché c'è Saidi anche uomo.
Certo.
Ecco. La donna imita l'uomo del Saidi, perché la danza maschile, il Saidi è danza maschile. Poi adesso c'è maschile e femminile. Il maschile è la saia, il bastone, questa qua un pochettino più grossa, si chiama Tatib. Il Saidi è questo senso dell'uomo, uomo.
Il raga,
sì.
ok.
Sì. Prossimamente un altro video magari noi lo approfondiamo anche per il vestito di uomo.
He just told he prefer to speak Italian because it's more easy for him, but he talk English, but he doesn't want, he doesn't want. That this is the female style when the woman dance try to copy the male dance, so she look like strong, exactly as a man. But of course there is also the male style of dance with totally other costumes, and is performed by male, and it's called tahtib because it's really a kind of fight, strong, full of power, and of course it's not really doesn't fit for a woman. And he wanted to express this idea. Let's try some other style of costumes, also Saidi, that you can use maybe for a more traditional dance. You have also
another one, Saidi.
Okay. Saidi. Okay. I go to change. I just went to change my costume, but as you can see I'm still in the Saidi style, and this is actually the traditional folkloric Saidi costume, the original one, the one that you can see, for example, when you see some big show of Egypt with all the company, with all the dancers all together, with male and female and the dance together. This is the type of costume that we will perform. So it's very covered, close, not transparent at all, and this respect also the tradition of of this area. But you can see the sleeves are always the same type, big, so you can have your arms free when you dance with your, maybe with the stick. The costume has to be very, very stretched. Sometimes, or let's say often, always, they have to have the cut in the side. Also because when you dance Saidi, you have to move a little bit your leg in this way, so you need to move inside your costume. And some special decoration typical of this style. You want to say something about it?
Questo è il costume Saidi, diciamo, tradizionale, però è il più, diciamo, è più voluta, è più Saidi, ti senti il senso della danza Saidi. Questa costume qua da sempre desiderata di tutti quanti, poi colorata, il colore della danza orientale.
Exactly. So this is the real taste of Saidi costume. So when you dance Saidi, choose, especially if you are in the beginning, if you try to start with a costume like this, is the most desired. And you can choose many colors, so it doesn't have to be white or black. The color you want is perfect, because anyway it has to be one color with some gold decoration or silver decoration. You will be very elegant and respectable also of the tradition. But we have also other style to show. We have too many things to show. It was really difficult even to choose what to. You cannot imagine. You see this stuff? Thousand more. I will show you.
Tutte queste Saidi.
Ah, yeah,
Tutti.
of course. All these are Saidi. I want to show something. For example, this is Saidi. Look how amazing, and with the light, the effect it does. Of course, it has his own belt to put in your. If you want, no, it's not a belt. Sorry, this is for the head, like Saidi style. It's amazing, and of course, he has lot and lot of colors. I want to show just something else. This is real Saidi, because he has the vertical lines that he wants to remind the style of the male, correct? The men usually wear this kind of vertical lines, and so the women, they try to copy the same style. It's beautiful, for real. I love it. And I know when you wear it, this also make you feel really a queen. Nefertiti, she was Saidi, correct? Okay.
La Valle del Re, Nefer, Aswan.
Pharaonic Saidi, finally. So now let's continue with some other folklore.